What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, here on Industry Talk, and welcome to Primetime Pod, the hottest information resource outlet for all things entertainment, breaking news, celebrity interviews, and the hot topics of the day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms, our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.
Don't do
And he got
shit.
prime time vibe. Make sure you check it
Hell, why the fuck you think he missing? He say that.
Yeah, and Centerville's a whole lot.
Now I'm not trying to get a little messy with you.
Time is money.
out. They go trap.
What's good, what's good, what's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, coming at you all the way live. I'm in your space and I'm in your face, and I'm definitely blessed to be living on this beautiful day, March 21st, 2026. The weather is phenomenal here in the great state of Mississippi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm talking about welcome everybody who is participating, everyone that is joining the live, that is enjoying the conversation. We really activated at this point. 7 days a week, live at 5 every day, bringing you fresh content, bringing you great discussions about everything that's going on in the industry. You're going to pull something from the conversations that we have, because this is folks that are in it at the moment, going through it, have been through it, living it, the ups, the downs, and giving you a great example of how to do it your way, giving you a blueprint of how to execute and get things done in this business. No matter how shady you might think it is, it's still business at the end of the day. We're going to be joined today with, of course, our good friend and resident comedian, Jarrell Braswell. And of course, my good friend and business partner with Fury Records, and other ventures that he's got going on in Kansas City. My man Don Juan Misery. And of course, we're going to get into a really in-depth conversation about him, his life, what he's got going on, what he's been up to, in the whole 9 yards. So without any further ado, as I'm going through all the technical specs and checking and make sure that everybody can see us, we're crystal clear on coming to this digital platform. If you're tuning in, if you locked in with us, make sure you share the live, share the information. What's going on, Brother Jay Shaw? I need to see why this feedback is doing what it's doing and why I'm looking blurry and furry on this live. Y'all know I don't like that at all. I'm clear on my end, but the lag is crazy. Crazy work. We're going to get it all straight here in just a moment. Let's see what's going on here. But we have a great show for you today. Great conversation, great talk topics. And let's keep this thing rolling. Let me check everywhere. Let me check Twitch. Let me check YouTube and see what's going on across all these platforms, because I want this message today to come across crystal clear to you. We've been having some great talk topics, getting it in with some very interesting people over the last couple of weeks. And all I can say is tune in, lock in, live at 5 every day. And of course, you can go back and watch our past content. But if you are not subscribed to Boss Talk Podcast 101, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime, this message is for you. Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Yes, indeed. Make sure you tap in. Boss Talk Podcast 101, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Today we're talking about mental fortitude. So let's jump right off into this thing. Mental fortitude. That's what we're talking about today. When the voice of quitting gets loud and the naysayers start knocking at your mental door, what do you do? Because the voices will come. Doubt will show up. Pressure will hit. But mental fortitude is deciding which voice you're going to listen to. Do you fold or do you push through? You see, greatness is built in those moments when quitting feels easier. But you keep going anyway. So when the knock comes, don't answer it. Stay locked in. Remember your why and get to work. So we're talking about mental fortitude today. Looks like we're clearing up a little bit across the platforms. See what's going on. See why we get them things focused. Stop moving all that much. And we're gonna bring my good man, Don Juan Misery, to the stage. We got him in the studio right now. We're going to get into who he is, what he's got going on, and why I want you guys to get a little insight about who Don Juan Misery is. I talked to you guys about him before. I made reference to who he is, but today you're going to get an opportunity to ask questions, talk to him, and get a little insight about his background and his history with Tech Nine. We're going to get into it about his connection with Black Walt, Strange Music, Midwest, that sound, the making the differentiation between the West Coast music and where they got their sound from. This is his argument, but we're going to talk about it. And let's see if we can find some validity in everything that my brother Don Juan Misery is putting down. So welcome to the stage, the one, the only Don Juan Misery. What's going on, Don Juan?
What's up with you, man? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Can you turn your phone horizontal for me so we can match up in the frame? Or you got it on the stand already?
Like that?
You got to auto rotate. Is your thing gonna rotate? Yeah, you don't have your screen on rotate, so you can go ahead and leave it straight up. You can leave it straight up.
Hold on,
because it's not gonna rotate for us. I'm trying to see why my damn screen is blurry. I don't like that.
Hold on real quick.
You good, man? I was doing a little intro about you, talking about you, talking about what you got going on. You locked in? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you see me?
Okay. I can see you. I can see you just fine, man. I can see you just fine. So let's jump into it, Don Juan. Of course, Jarrell Braswell is going to join us here in just a little bit. I know he's doing a lot of moving around right now, but he'll be joining us here. And just let's get into it, man. Anyway, you can close that curtain behind you because you got a real heavy glare on you.
What about this way? No, leave it open.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Good stuff. So talk to us, man. Let the people know who you are. Of course, I know who you are. But let the people know who you are, Don Juan. Where you're from, and then we're gonna get into a little bit more about your impact that you had on the industry. In more ways than one. And of course, we're gonna talk about South by Southwest as well, because I know you just had a good weekend, a good run down there at South by Southwest. We're gonna get into that as well. To give people a little insight about who you are.
Say that again.
Let the people know who you are, Don Juan. Give them a rundown.
Stop. Just trying to get my stuff together.
Okay.
What up? What up, y'all? What's up, people? My name is Don Juan. I'm an artist, musician, music producer, executive, CEO. I do a lot. But my main thing, I just like to call myself the assistant. I like to assist people and help them get to the next level. But definitely, being a musician, I'm a drummer first. Being a producer, artist, rapping. Been doing it for a long time. Been in the game for 4 decades or so. You know.
Mm-hmm. So, where are you from? Tell
Kansas City,
us,
Missouri.
because Kansas City, Missouri. But there's a true connection about Kansas City, Missouri, and the hip hop industry, the rap industry, because you played a very crucial part in that. Because one of the hottest mainstream top charting artists came out of your region in Tech Nine, right?
Yeah, right. Yep. Tech Nine.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely.
So I mean, but I'm getting to this because I want people to know, a little bit about what we're talking about today, because we're talking about mental fortitude and pushing forward, pushing through. And you were one of the founding individuals who really broke Tech Nine into, because he was an independent artist at the time, and you brought some pieces together, and you shined a very bright light on Tech Nine in assisting his independent career, even up to the point to where
Right.
he started doing business with Strange Music. Black Walt into the equation. So give us a little bit of a background about that, and then of course I also want to talk about QD3, your connection with Quincy's son. You pushing music to Quincy, getting him to have his dad take a listen to it, Tupac, the whole 9 yards. We'll get into all of that, but give us a little bit of a background on how all of that evolved up there in Kansas City with people. I'm trying to work on these cameras at the same time. Don Juan.
Yeah, we look both doing stuff, shooting videos. I'm shooting video and interview. So long story short, I started playing drums very young, at a young age. By the time hip hop came in, by 86, 87, I started making beats and stuff. I was already drumming. By the time 89 came, I started DJing. By the time the 90s, I started making beats. I knew Tech. We went to school. We from the same neighborhood. We also went to junior high together. By the time we got to high school, I didn't really want to work with him. My friend Neil always talks about that. And then he got a record deal. I graduated. Then that was with Jimmy Jam and Trey Lewis. We was all excited for him. And then when somebody get a record deal, that's a big deal.
Okay.
And he got a record deal, so I was hanging out with him when I had the record deal, and then things didn't go right. And then he needed help And he wasn't Tech Nine. He was Tech Nine, but he was in the group called Nut House. So what I did was just tell him like, okay, we're gonna take you out the group. We're gonna take you out the group Nut House, and we're gonna start branding Tech Nine. Black Walt is the one that gave him his name, Tech Nine. And started him out. And I kind of picked up where Black Walt left off in the hood. So that's kind of like a rundown of the story
Okay.
with Tech Nine. And then from there,
Mhm.
I start putting out this music, like the record label.
So
How we got
before you
this.
let's no. I want to know about that deal that he'd signed, and it didn't go too well. Who was he signed with again?
With the QD3.
No. You said he was signed with Terry Lewis. You said he was signed with somebody. Who was he signed with?
Oh, I think about that deal. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Well, they just didn't.
Jimmy
It
Jam
wasn't really
and
bad.
Trey Lewis.
Terry Lewis, yeah, they just at that time Janet Jackson pop was big and rap was new, so they just didn't know what to do with them from their perspective. Meaning, Dr. Dre just came out, and they R&B guys, so they didn't know how to market Tech Nine. Nut House, the whole.
Okay.
He was kind of ahead of his time, and there was a group Nut House too. So before it was the Tech Nine Nut House. That was he had a deal, but he was the lead in it. But that
You
you
breaking
know what I'm
up, Don
saying?
Juan?
So so that, as I can remember, they was working on the album. They shelved it. They dropped him, but not in a bad way. Like they just couldn't do nothing with him. Where he was out his contract, where he didn't have to owe nothing. And then that's where I came in.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, all right, let's turn this into Tech Nine, and I'm gonna put it out independent. And I got with my man Diamond Shields, RIP. Put some money together, and then that's when I put the records together, and I put them in the studio. And basically, Diamond was just putting the money together for me so I can make stuff happen. And then from there, after I got the package ready, pressed up professionally, CDs, vinyl, tapes, all that stuff. Then that's when I took it to California and got it to this woman named Mona Wheaton. And then she got to QD3, and I met her because we was doing some ads and rap pages. And she's like, you heard of QD3? I was like, yeah, he produced Ice Cube. I just had seen Ice Cube on Yo MTV Raps. He was saying that was one of his favorite producers, QD3. And I went out there to try to meet him, and I gave her the tape. I gave her the music, but she didn't like it. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, y'all don't sound like this. I was like, the whole point is to sound different. But she still gave it to QD3. And as soon as she gave it to him, he listened to it and he called my grandma Lyons, RIP, my grandma. And she told me, she's like, you gotta come. I was on my way home. So that's when there wasn't no cell phones. When we stopped at the payphone. And when I got, she said, you gotta come back out here at QD3. Wanna work with you. And that's when it kicked off. Just like that, one try. Mostly everything I do though, I put my mind to it and then I focus on that and then I make that the goal. So that's kind of the
Okay.
run, of that situation. That's kind of how it happened. It happened fairly quick too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I was
So
working.
so so let me ask you this: why along the run didn't we hear about Don Juan Misery as being the catalyst to a lot of the future success that Take Nine enjoyed? Because once he got with Strange Music, a lot of things kind of shifted and changed.
Well, I think for me, I'll be honest, I didn't.
You froze up on me, Don.
I never hold on, let me see. I don't know. It's kind of my internet is on. All right,
Can you hear me, Don?
okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
dropped out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I got a
Okay,
big
you back. There you go.
so what was that? Where was I at?
Building up to, being the
Oh yeah,
catalyst, being that individual,
oh yeah,
that
yeah.
was responsible for a lot of the
So,
success
so I
early
always
on.
behind the scenes, so I always knew. I learned young. If you don't have a story to tell, people don't really want to. You got to have a story with it, and most people don't know that take time. So for me, I just kind of focused on my kids, family, just fell back because I knew how much work I put in. But I never been one to want to get the spotlight just yet. I always knew in time. So I knew 20 years later, everything could come up. You know what I'm saying? The history, the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like you didn't hear about it because he didn't tell it. That's just facts, and that's what
Right,
happened.
right. That's
You know?
that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, he didn't tell it. So if he would have told it, but now he's having to tell it because now it's all coming out, and it kind of looked weird because you should have told the story from the beginning. So what started happening is, you couldn't take me out the story. That's when you seen him talking on different stuff, sway it, bring it up. It'd been a few times where you could tell he didn't even want to bring me up, but neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop it because that's God's plan. You know what I'm saying? I already knew though. I would never have nobody giving me no props for doing nothing because I just go with the flow, and eventually
Right,
the truth gonna prevail and God gonna push through. You know what I'm saying? That's facts.
right.
That's
But at
what.
that time, it wasn't even about giving props. It was about we talking about family. We talking about
Mm.
work. We talking about playing your part and your role in the industry and the way things went. You got I don't want to say the short end of the stick. You still handled your business, but you were an integral part of making
I
all of that happen.
think I think that's why I always got to clarify. Like my assistants here, I think where people, I know when people, but I don't think people can really fathom that I really planned this out. I think that's the genius. I don't really think people really understand how I planned this out from the drug dealing aspect of the streets, being a centerpiece, people dying, like literally, like I really, as much as I could, God first. Now I didn't really get the short end of the stick. It looked like it because one thing I know, people compare success of height, and my spirit is rich. See what I'm saying? So for me to not go with that, it's basically a spiritual thing, good and evil. So I'm the good, and that could have been the evil of that time. So what I did was make sure I stay with the good, while angelic might have been the evil part of the industry. And I'm like, I'm gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? So in the hindsight, what do people praise? Money, success. That's they call that success, lights, camera, action. And I always knew that I'm gonna be here because that's where my foundation come from. So yeah, it looked like oh man, Tech Nine got the recognition. Tech Nine did this. Oh man, Tech Nine got $1 million. But trust, mine is way different because my soul, when I had sepsis, you see what I'm saying? My daughter graduating, 25 years old. I could have picked my daughter or I could have picked the industry. So my daughter being 26 and graduating and raising my kids the best to our ability in this wicked industry, that was platinum. You know what I'm saying? That was success. When some people don't have that. The other thing is like, let's just keep it real. I mean, Techno, I said to him, he's tied in with Travis. I don't have nobody to own me. I don't have nobody that don't tell me what to do. I don't have to ask somebody to do nothing. So me, I'm one of them people. I'll wait 10, 15 years for mine to come when everybody be like, man, look at Don Juan. Uh, man, Tech Nine, why did Tech Nine leave him out? Really, God's plan, because what happens is when God remove you from situations, the average person ain't gonna see, like, dang, this is what's going on. But really, God was like, no, I don't even want you with Quincy Jones. I don't want you with Clive Davis. I don't want you with Tech Nine. I'm gonna build your own thing up. It's kind of like Job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna take all this from you. I'm gonna let you and then see, and then I'm gonna raise you back up. Like when I had sepsis, sick, and now boom, I'm climbing, and then that's how I go. It goes just like this.
Okay,
And
so let's take one part of it at a time, right? Because yes, you were on your deathbed. I do remember seeing, your gut slit
Mhm.
from your pelvis all the way up to damn near your chest, or your belly button, where they had to open you up and handle some issues that you were dealing with and complications. You down in the flatline. So
facts.
you've experienced that. You experienced that.
Hmm.
You had to come back from that. You had to relearn everything, how to walk, a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Getting your
Yeah,
body back in shape.
bowel movement. That's the worst, bowel movement.
Right,
Intestines 12 inches, a foot cut out. You know what I mean? Knowing how to swallow,
right.
people thinking you 60 pounds, you know what I mean? People look at you, start crying. Yeah, that what that did was teach me something mentally. It actually prepared me
Hmm.
for what I'm doing now. Talking about health,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Talking to people mentally, tell them like it starts with the mindset. Everything starts. Whatever you want to do, you really got to get control of the mind. And if you can
Hmm.
get control of your mind, you can accomplish anything. But get control of that mind, because that subconscious be like, you can't do it, you can't do it, Juan. And you gotta know how to overpower that. And that's what people gotta, that's why we here, mental. Getting that part to figure out
Well,
when
what was the recovery time when you went down, when you found out you had sepsis, you were in the hospital, had the surgery. What was your recovery time? How long did it take you to walk through that process?
I was in the hospital for a week.
For a week.
Hmm.
And then how long did it take you to have full recovery?
11 years,
Okay.
literally. They
Yeah.
told me that. I didn't know, because what happens when your body ain't made to get cut open. So when your body get cut open, you open to like diseases, and your body just changed now. So I would never tell people, but I finally felt like myself. That was my birthday present from God. August, my birthday, is when I felt like myself. Literally took 11 years, because I would throw up. I was throwing up every day for a long time because I couldn't hold the food. So I had to learn to write vitamin B, C, D, K, nutrients. I had to learn all this stuff, the right food, the food that heal you. And here I am today. You know what I'm saying? Muscles now.
Right.
But it was a process, but that was really
Mhm.
special too, because God was like, all right, I'm gonna take you to the next level. And you already know you can go left, you can go right, but I want you to go straight. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Going left. Now let me tell you what going left for me. Everybody say I'm the ladies' man, which is true. And with that lifestyle, you get menages, women, all that. And God was like, I don't want you to do none of that no more. I want you to do this so I can take you to the next level. So often, if I had to go through my process again with having sepsis, I don't want to go through it again, but I go through it again because I know the purpose. But
Mhm.
it was painful, but it's always a purpose to the pain.
Mhm.
No gain. It's true.
Right.
Man.
Right. Yeah, I believe everything you was talking about except for the menage a trois, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't look like a menage a trois type nigga. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I'm glad.
You threw that in there real slick, like motherfuckers wasn't paying attention. But you know what I'm saying?
Kind of wanted to slick in there, wasn't it? Yeah, man. So I went celibate for the fellas.
Okay.
When I was
For
married,
sure.
I was married over
Right.
26. I went celibate when
Yeah.
me and my ex split up on good
Uh-huh.
terms. In case you see this, my kids watch
Mhm.
seeing what I'm talking about. But
Right.
so I
Right.
started
Right.
celibate to cleanse my body, and then I just want to see the difference of the ladies. And now that I went celibate, man, they acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like a virgin again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
I got cleaned up, you know what I mean? No,
Yeah, you
no
got a different type. You got a different type of stank on you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. But
You ain't got
because
that menage stank on you. You
what
got
the
that clean
we
stank
have
on you. I understand.
what we have to admit in the industry, no, let's nobody want to admit
Uh-huh.
it. The ladies is the
Yeah.
downfall. See, I want to show
Okay.
artists
Talk
the
to me.
ladies are the downfall because the drugs we
Uh-huh.
trying to serve, the weed, the pills, the coke, the
Mm-hmm.
sex,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why ain't no records getting
Mm-hmm.
done. This is facts.
Mm.
Now I'm not blaming the ladies, but
Right.
it's a distraction. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So I mean, well, since you're speaking on it, we talking about mental fortitude today. Now we talking about having a strong mental endurance to be able to stay clear of all
Mm-hmm.
of that bullshit.
Yeah,
When it's about getting the
it's
work
hard.
done and being productive.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny. My grandpa, my grandmother Kason, and
Mm-hmm.
My auntie Nisi, when I was little, they used to be like, Juan, you in the business, a lot of women. And I didn't know what the
Mm-hmm.
hell they was talking about. This was like 7 or 8. I used to get a lot of attention, and then I started figuring out like, oh, they like the musicians, the rappers and all
Mm-hmm.
that. That
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle, very. I feel like that's why I got sick
Mm-hmm.
partying. You know what I'm
Right.
saying,
Right.
drink,
Okay. Well,
drink, party.
hold on a second, Juan. Hold on a second, Juan. Before you move forward, I got to make this comment because I don't want it to get too far down the line. They talking about, oh, nigga, you ain't nothing
Mm-hmm.
to say our piece and this, that, and the other. Now, you the one who stirred up
There you go.
this hornet's nest in Miss Angel Williams, my girl. You know what I'm saying? Prayers goes out to my fam. She said the downfall. I could already hear it in her tone because you're talking about women at this point. God damn it. I know she's saying women ain't the motherfucking downfall, nigga. Goddamn, you the one who's sitting there. You take two to play. You know what I'm saying? Two to tango. You know. I mean, you saying
To the
women is the downfall. She ain't going for
Don't get
that
to
shit.
the
You know what I'm saying? He said, look, when
distraction.
Jonathan Shaw, Jay Shaw said mystical,
Say
he learned it the
downfall. I
hard
didn't say
way.
downfall. All the men downfall. Distraction.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
It's
okay, okay, okay,
distraction, not
okay.
downfall.
And she said right there, the lifestyle
Yeah,
was a
it's a man's
downfall, not the
downfall
female.
of
Don't
distraction.
put that onus on the female. You know what I'm saying?
It's a man's downfall of the distraction. Let me make sure because the ladies will jump on me
Okay,
like, whoa,
okay.
whoa, whoa.
All right. Well, let's clarify.
No,
Let's clarify. I don't need the audience
no,
cussing me out.
I
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the middleman. I'm the
appreciate that.
conduit to the
Shout out to the
conversation. That's
ladies.
all I
Love the
am.
ladies. Yeah. And shout out to Angela, Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, look, man. Look. Let's get it. Let's get into this part of it too, because a lot
It's
of people don't realize
downfall
that you.
of the distraction of women that
Uh
they allow.
Right. You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I do have to clarify.
Yeah.
Um, but let's talk about this too, because I want people to know this part of your story so they can unpack it a little bit. The time you served in a federal institution, because of some of the craziness you was into out in the street. Talk to me a little bit about that. How you ended up in that situation. You ain't got to go too deep or too heavy into it, because I know you don't like talking about the past like that. But I'm still wanting to bring people up to speed, to who you are. The connection that you and I have through our brother Fredo Ricky Ross and how we got connected. And then us moving forward with what we're doing with Freeway Records and everything that you've got going on. So go ahead on and give us a rundown.
Let's clarify the feds. I've never been to the feds.
Okay.
For some strange reason, all my partners around me been to the feds. Okay. So what I used to tell my brother, I used to tell them, now these are some of the biggest drug dealers in the city. Chris, my witness. Shout out to my assistant. What would happen when I would be around all these big drug dealers selling tons of kilos, we would be in the studio and they'd be like, damn, man, if I could just do what you doing. And I'd be like, bro, you gotta be careful. And so what happened is all these guys still now look up to me. And most of my friends are like Freeway Ricky Ross, drug dealers and stuff, because I felt like if I would have took that path, I'd probably be dead right now.
Right.
I wouldn't be alive. But now let's say this. It's crazy how just kind of like The Godfather. You know, when Michael Corleone became who he was in the army. So it's kind of like with me transitioning to Don Juan and around all these street dudes, that helped me become Don Juan because think about it. If I'm around all these pit bulls, then I got to know how to be a pit bull. But still, my business is music and their business is drug dealing. Now, in my business, what I told them, the way you treat your cocaine is the way I treat my intellectual property. So if you try to take my intellectual property from me, I'm going to do to you like you would do somebody if they stole your cocaine. That's always been my conversation with all the big people, because what you're not going to do is something I came from my mind is take that from me and walk around here the same way what they do with the cocaine. So I just adapted this mentality to make the business work. So when we were selling CDs, 1,000 CDs times 10 was $10,000. That was a quarter of a key at that time. Quarter of a key cost like 9 racks. So if I sold 3,000 units, which I would do, I have a check. I'm selling them $7, $8 wholesale. You talking about $24,000. And now my man's and them coming. Of course, they cocaine is coming in, but they making 4 or 5 off the brick. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But now I ain't dealing with the police. I'm not dealing with niggas trying to rob me. And then I sold beats 5,000, 10,000. So all the drug dealers was bringing me all the money while I'm for the music. And I would teach them how to do it legit. And no, that's the thing. But I never went to jail. Thank God. I mean, now I think about all the stuff that I was entangled with, I could have been in conspiracy. Thank God none of them said Don Juan did this, like my homegirl Bobby Bolton or Diamond or Lewis and Charlie. Uh, my first business I did in music was Colombians. You know what I'm saying? Named Lewis and Charlie. So that was my first intro to tying in the drug dealers and the music and me making it pop. And I went to Minnesota, so I had some Colombian drug dealers that was supplying everybody with the cocaine, and they was my big homies. So they was investing in me, and from there, that's how I became like kind of like an executive, because they like, well, everybody goes, well, shoot, Don Juan know what he doing on the music, so he just do this, and I didn't have to worry about nobody trying to punk me or take nothing from me, because they already got money. And then in my world, my money ain't as making as much as they money, but my money's legit. So it's just the respect that came. And I just think that's even me when I told my assistant Chris one day, we was watching Freeway on American Gangster. He was still in jail. And I was like, I'm gonna end up working with him. But he was still in jail. I didn't know how, because he was still in jail. And I was like, I just started studying him. And then it's this rapper called Rich the Factor. He had a disc called Freeway Rich. he used to call himself Freeway Rich instead of Freeway Rick. So that's when I started learning more about Freeway Rick, because I'm like, why Rich call himself Freeway Rich and giving this dude props. And I just was looking, and all of a sudden, Tyrone Richardson hit me up one day like, yeah, Rick, my partner. I went out to LA and then I met Rick. But Rick heard about me through QD3. QD3 had told Rick, if you go to Kansas City, check for Don Juan. So I met Rick in LA and we went to the John Singleton meeting on the TV show. Snowfall. Yeah, Snowfall. We went to that meeting and I'm a witness of them wanting Rick to work on a TV show and consult and all that. And I thought he was gonna make me leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he gotta go. But he's like, nah, you come to the meeting. So I'm in a meeting with the writer, and I'm like, damn, this shit's that real. So I'm telling Rick, I'm about to get my acting up. He told me I could do shit, and that's how we start talking. And we start talking about the music. So as I start talking to the music business about with Rick, back to the drug dealers and the hustle, he's like, damn, you know this. So he's like, man, you help run my publishing. Then we start talking more. He's like, man, you help me do.
Froze up on me, Don.
I'm back.
Yeah, you back.
Okay,
Talking
then.
about the
Yeah, so I was just telling him.
You're talking about the publishing.
Yeah, the publishing. So I just told him after that, I just helped run a label because I know how to do publishing, I know how to make beats, I know how to market it, I know how to street team, you know what I mean? I know how to pass out flyers, I know how the digital marketing go, I know how the streaming go, because I got all these different resources, digital marketing, people who work the internet, SEO, so I know all these things to do. So for me, I was like, man, I ain't got to just come in on no publishing. I just come in just and do everything. Find talent, work, pass out flyers. We hit the streets like we be doing. Meet you here, come here, make stuff happen. This last thing, he put me on this peace rally, and we was gonna throw the peace rally here in Kansas City. And unfortunately, the street was messed up, so I had to redo this because I tried to make it big and not try, but put it together. So I got to redo that. But yeah, me and Rick, and then I met you. Rick was like, we need to talk to these people when I start working on a peace rally. He been telling me though since the beginning, y'all link. But me being one, I like to make sure I'm ready mentally and stuff it together. And then I met you. And what's crazy about you, when I
You
start
breaking up, Juan.
with you, I'm in LA and you like, so you be in LA. What? That's dangerous. That's dangerous to me. So me and you've been vibing. So like I said, me being down with the Freeway team, you building. The new podcast is coming. Mo Wine. The radio show's coming. The Boiling Point's coming back on the terrestrial radio station. I got the record label, Misery. Misery's everything, a production, record label, distribution. I got distribution with Empire, Universal Music Group, Virgin, that outlet. Shout out to guys who gave me that. I got like a lot of producers. I got tons of masters. Me and Tech Nine, we've been building. I know people like, well, what's the deal with that? Me and him been building. So shout out to Tech Nine. The stuff I was talking about was in the past, but me and Tech Nine been building.
That's right.
So what I've been doing is basically when we started with the peace rally, we met all these different artists, all these different artists from different areas, New York, LA, Texas, Virginia, just St. Louis, just Detroit, all this. And now if we can get the artists, like Big G said, if we can get the artists to start back and investing into themselves, and that's another podcast we could talk about. But yeah, just getting all that done, working with the team. I'm happy to work with all y'all. Shout out to Boss Talk, shout out to CLE Jamaica, Rick, just everybody. Shout out to Tiffany. Man, just shout out the whole team, the whole
Yeah,
connection.
no doubt,
And
no
I can
doubt.
go ahead.
So let's get into this too, Don, because you guys just had a great weekend. I think you guys were in Austin for South by Southwest.
Yeah.
You, King Kahee, and the crew. Rick met up with you guys up out there for the festivities. Give me a rundown on everything that went down, because I was looking at a lot of the connections that you guys were making when you were moving around in the streets, doing the different programs, and I saw you on the panel for one of the groups, and you were giving your testimony and breaking some things down in the industry. So, give me some insight on how South by Southwest went for 2026.
2026, I think, was a success. Me and Chris, my assistant, went down there. She's the CEO of Misery. She knows exactly how it goes, so she helps me out. We went down there. We ran into Rick and King Kahee, and what I liked about it, I think we was more in CEO mode, checking for talent. And I didn't go down and perform. I didn't really go down there promoting. No flyers. I didn't even pass out no cards. I just gave people my direct Instagram and stuff. But what I liked about this one, I got to see some talent, still some hope. Because, talent is very hard to work with because of them not understanding the business. No disrespect either. But South by Southwest, when we got there, man, as soon as you get in, it's already everybody's there to networking. A lot of people out, young people networking in the streets. It's late. Everybody having a good time. RIP to the people that passed away about a month ago because they had a mass shooting down there. So they had heavy police down there. You guys can go to my Facebook and see some of that footage. And everybody was networked. As soon as we parked, Chris parked next to this guy, and his whole team was networking, and the cameras came out. So that's what I like about South by Southwest. And then the event, I didn't make it. I got there late, so I missed the showcase. But I heard the Friday night showcase was good, successful. Everybody was happy. I came in at the end of the energy of the end of the night at 11, and evidently it was on fire. And that showcase was just us looking at the talent, giving them some great advice. Then the next day, that Saturday where they see me on stage talking, that was another showcase of just seeing good talent. And some of the talent was from Kansas, and it was people from Atlanta, and different people from different places in Texas and Austin and Houston and Dallas and just all kind of places. Chicago, yeah, can't forget Chicago. It just was people from everywhere. So that's a good thing about South by Southwest. But now let's talk about the difference. So in 2026, I got footage of me being down there in 2016, 2013, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was like wall to wall packed. You like bumping, you couldn't get through nothing. It's more commercial now because of more people want to go hang out. It's clubs everywhere. A lot of the record industry stuff happens more through the daytime, and then more like the parties if Don Juan is rapping, Freeway Record stores. Like we need to probably throw a party next year. Freeway Records
Okay.
and talent and do that because it's just a good look and people hang out. And it definitely showcases your brand, but at night it's just more people partying. So they have more police presence standing out. It's girls walking around shaking their butt, and all just kicking and everybody loose, but still people promoting, doing what they got to do. But it's just more of a party atmosphere at night. Through the daytimes when the day parties, and you see the talent they performing at the Roots picnic down there and this stuff, and Sway in the Morning is in the morning, and the TV and film is the week before, and so it's all them people who missed that late crowd. But for the most part, still everybody that comes to South by Southwest knows for music, so nobody's really, you seen flyers and stuff on the ground, because people don't want to hold stuff. And Chris, I would say just get small cars instead, put that in their pocket. But for the most part, everybody's there to have fun, good music. Everybody's having a great time. Everybody taking pictures. Nobody's like, take the camera out my face. And it's just everybody's loose and having fun. And that's what I like about South by Southwest. It's a good meeting point and a good way to get your year started, to meet a gang of people from different areas. And then I left out because of the weather. So I only really got to experience Saturday, because Friday I got in late. And then Sunday I just went and jetted out because of the weather was back bad here in KC. But it was still a good experience from the moment we got there at Friday night. And then we stayed up late. Then Saturday we kicked it, stayed up. Scrappy performed, Kid performed. That was with G Unit and Lil Wayne, who got the Mr. Officer record, and he performed, and Scrappy performed, and King performed, and a bunch of good talent performed. So I feel like it was a success. And now I'm ready. Like Chris said, we got to go ahead and get ready for next year, because it's a big impact, and we can impact from the shows, comedy show. You need to put together a comedy show. We need to put a music showcase and beat battle down there. Just a whole little thing where we doing a whole freeway misery thing. Get the Kansas City people, all these different people, and man, it'd be the biggest, because everywhere we went, they was like, "Is that Rick Ross, the real one?" And they was like, "Nah." And it's like, "Yes, it is." And it's like, "You Rick Ross?" It's like, "Yeah." And it's like, I told you." So that was just dope, watching all these people just to come up to Rick and notice him, and I'm with him, and they treat him like a superstar, but the humility and coolness Rick got come up to him, he ain't even know nothing arrogant. So I think that's what Southwest is missing, is that people of rich status, meaning celebrity down there. Shout out to Rainwater. I know he's a big he's on the pod E. And I seen him, he was walking around, and it froze up or something. It'd be other people, but
Yeah, you breaking up a
I
little bit.
loved
You breaking up a little bit, Don.
I love to see people coming up to Rick and talk. And I was saying, people coming up to Rick, I got love. And he like, "This is Don Juan." So, Rick's celebrity,
Yeah, your screen went out on me, Don. I can't see you.
You can't
Somebody
see me?
must have tried to call you. Yeah.
No. See. Can you see me?
He will be back, ladies and gentlemen. He will be back, and I will get to asking him these questions here in just a moment. In just a moment. Real in-depth conversation with Don Juan Misery, as he's going over some of the things that he's gone through in his life, the times, the ups, the downs, the experiences that he had with Tech Nine. Of course, they've resolved everything that they've gone through in the past, and they're currently working on some fresh new projects here. We're talking about South by Southwest, everything that he experienced this year, 2026, out in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest, and he said he had a great time. So Don will be back here in just a minute. Okay, here we go. Let me bring him back onto the stage. Don, can you hear me? Yeah. Something's going on with his phone. It's like something's going on with my cameras in this lag time. Okay, here we go. Okay. You good?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Don.
Okay.
I can hear you. Okay, so before we keep moving, I got a couple of questions. that came across the wire. Miss Williams wants to know, how can people connect with you if they have musical talent but haven't been given an opportunity yet?
That's a good question. I do take emails, right? Guess what else I do? I watch everything. I don't tell nobody, but now they know. Anything somebody send me, most of the time I don't open it up because they don't say what it is. So to find me everywhere is THATS. That's DONJUAN. That's DonJuan.com. But then it's That's Don Juan. THATSDONJUAN. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything is That's Don Juan. And then watch this, THATSDONJUAN at gmail.com. That's Don Juan at gmail.com. That's my direct email. Now what happens is if I get an email that says, hey, I'm so-and-so, I do so-and-so, check out my links. Here's the music. I open it up and I play it right here while I'm in the studio. But sometimes I just get an email and it just got the music and it don't got the name. And I be like, oh my God. So I don't open it up. So everybody's welcome to send links, YouTube videos, links to Instagram, Facebook. Now what happens, I don't open my Facebook and Instagram. I don't open my Facebook and Instagram as much, so it takes a little longer to respond to that. But that email, that's donjuan at gmail.com. That's there. I always got that. And then if you know Big G, I'm one phone call away.
Right. Your screen went out again on me, Don Juan. And he
It
did
went-
say, if you know me, he's one phone call away. But unlike most folks, I charge a fee to get in contact with motherfuckers. I ain't just letting my contacts go like that. I'm sorry. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm a gatekeeper, but if in fact you need me to connect you with Don Juan, there's an entry fee. I'm sorry. There's an entry fee. You know. That's just a part of my business model. Let me get Don Juan back on here. Don Juan, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Don? Look like you froze up on me. We're gonna get him back. But yes, in fact, if in fact you need to get in contact with Don Juan Misery, that's THATS Don DONJUAN. That's Don Juan across all social media platforms. That's Don Juan at gmail.com. If that's not brand identification for your ass, I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna get Don Juan back on this thing here in just a minute. Let's see here. Let's remove that one and bring that one in. You with me, Don?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I got you. But I did tell him, you know what I'm saying, when you froze up a minute ago, shit, if you call me to try to get in contact with Don Juan, it's gonna be a fee, goddamn. I don't give a shit.
Right.
You got to pay to play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
No,
but on the real tip, I got another question for you. It said, Miss Williams says, what do you think is the best thing about the music industry? You done dropped out on me again, Don.
I don't know what this is about today. Look, my signal on Wi-Fi is good. My phone, I don't know.
But you can answer the question.
But go ahead. What she asked again?
Yeah. What do you think is the best thing about the music industry?
The music
The music
itself,
Mm-hmm.
the making of it, the music, everything else is like the creative part, making the records, playing it, listening to it after, but the in between, oh my God. But that's for me anyway, my opinion. I think pretty much a lot of people enjoying the music and
You done dropped off on me, Don. Yeah, he'll come back. He'll come back. Not sure what's going on with his side of it. But we're dealing with internet issues or latency issues on my side as well. So, like I said, it's just a real bad situation today, but that's no excuse. We're still here. We're still going to give it to you live and in your face. We're coming up on an hour. And we've had a great conversation with Don Juan. I appreciate him for coming on. I just hate that when we have these issues, the audience doesn't get the full gist of the conversation because there's so much more that we're going to unpack and talk about. Because I want you guys to get to know these people. You never know. You might have a friend that's in the industry, or you might be in the industry and need assistance with exactly what he's talking about, or what he's gone through, or what he does in this space or in this vertical. And we'd be more than happy to connect with you and push you across the finish line. You know, it's going to take work as an independent artist. It's going to take some blood, sweat, and tears on your part and on your behalf. But at the same time, if you're serious and you're committed and dedicated to what it is that you're trying to get accomplished and done, then there are individuals that are here that are willing to be a catalyst to your success. It just is what it is. If you're into film, Kirby Capone, Earl Hempstead, Foster Corridor, Terrell Fussell. Okay, let me see. Let me get my man back in here. You back? We back?
Can you see me?
I can't hear you, Don. Yeah, I can't hear you, Don Juan. It's breaking up pretty bad. Yeah, let's keep trying though, Don. I'm gonna kick you back out, but let's keep trying. Come back in. So, you know, there are individuals that are there, that are here, that are in our network, and we're steadily gaining valuable resources, valuable minds, and intellectual minds that have no ego and are in the business to just do that, to be a part of the business. Inside Speaks with Brother Jonathan Shaw. Great podcast, great conversation. It's a military point of view, what he goes through day to day, but you would never know unless you dig a little deeper behind what it is that he presents on a regular, consistent basis. But graphics, illustration, videography, cinematography, networking, he is the behind the scenes guy that you really need to know, just like a Don Juan Misery. So when we talk about DJ BJ Clark, 104.5 FM out in Illinois, these are affiliates and individuals that are really a part of what we have going on. You good to go, Don Juan?
Can you see me?
Man, perfectly. What happened? What'd you do? Please talk to me.
I had to get on the big boy stuff.
Oh, so you've been dangling me like a piece of chum in the goddamn water. You've been having me.
No, it's more convenient. It's more convenient. It's more convenient on my phone, my iPhone, man.
Man,
I'm eating stuff.
I ain't gonna dig off into it, man. I feel like you done kicked me in my asshole. Now you done stuffed it in there and turned it at the same time. You could have been had us on the big boy, and we could have been having a great conversation. Come on, man. Look, my whole screen cleared up because your screen cleared up.
Hey, listen, Big G, I ain't even gonna lie. When I don't got my assistants and team around, my head, I be like I just got out of a session. I be like this was it be. I'm telling. I promise to God, man.
Have you been to Planet Fitness today? Have you got your work in today? Did you get your workout in today?
No, because I was supposed to go to a funeral. My play mom passed away, and I had a session at 1 or 4.
Yeah.
And no, I ain't got to do nothing. Then I just did this with you. I ain't got to do nothing yet. So that's why I say I be so much everywhere because I can't, which is a good thing, you know, when you busy, that's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Mhm.
but yeah, I can't even keep up with myself. Literally,
Right.
because it's, you know, get this done. And most time when you start getting busy like that, like, you know, because a lot of people don't know I'm an artist too. And you know, I got videos I'm about to drop, and I got about 2 videos. I got 3, 4 videos done. I got a lot of content. So I've been just trying to keep up. So yeah, so with this, I be forgetting. Like my iPhone, I use my iPhone for everything. I don't use my computer as much. So then I was like, damn, I had to airdrop it to my computer. Because remember I called you on this phone. So my other phone don't mess up. And now it's working.
Right, right. And I just want everybody to check that last statement. He did commit to saying that it was his phone and not my system that's been fucking up the
Yeah,
live.
it's mine.
I am now very clear, you know what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
his.
Trying to work
His
his
is right.
upload
It's
and
mine,
download
y'all.
speed.
It's mine. And I got a good iPhone too, man. I don't know. I think I'm in this signal in here. You know, forgive me, y'all.
Oh man, just messing with you, man. Another
Nah,
question, man. What
you know I
challenge?
love it in good spirits. You know, I'm very
Yeah, I
comically
know.
fun too. They got to know
Yeah,
that. So
man.
I love to have
Yeah,
fun.
what challenges, man? What challenges do up and coming artists face today? What are some of the up and coming challenges that artists that are out there in the game? What are they facing today?
Artist development.
Uh-huh. There is no artist development. Don Juan?
That's the challenge. Budget. Oversaturated. Man, I hear a lot of artists be like, I can't get my mom and them and nobody to support. And I'm like, you gotta push through and make great music. They challenged against home studio versus, because there's nothing wrong with a home studio, but it's become so much where the sound is not quality. The
I was
sound
about to
that
say, yeah, there's issues with home studios because they don't know how to mix and master. They don't know how to
right,
track down. They don't know how to sit there
right,
and work the
yeah,
system the right
that's a
way.
big challenge, I would say.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
big challenge, I would say. Getting that sound right, and then analog is coming back. So the difference when you got a digital computer or MacBook, when you bounce that down, it's just digital, which is great.
Right,
But
right.
when it's analog, that sound was fatter coming out the drum machine, the 8 ohms and it's just a fatter sound. So I've been doing that too, making sure my sound fat because I know how to use the analog and digital at the same time. I think that's a big challenge because now AI is mastering, and which is cool, but still AI can't really what a human being can do, an AI can't do. It can do it close, but it
Mhm.
can't do it. So that's a challenge. Learning the
Well,
business.
before you move forward on that particular piece, right?
Mhm.
Let me just say this. All right, because we all know that um, artificial intelligence,
Mhm.
artificial meaning fake, you know what I mean? But artificial intelligence in itself is just a program. So if you have sound programmers that are a part of the team, and regardless of what you're working with, whether it's BrightScript, whether it's Pascal, Fortran, C, C++, you know what I mean, Patheon, whatever, but all of it's all Unix based anyway.
Mhm.
Most of it's all Unix based. So if you know Unix, if you learn Unix and you know how to program um, um, and understand binary encoding, then
Mhm.
you can make AI, artificial intelligence, do what you want it to do when it comes to mastering, mixing. But every sound, every song, every record isn't the same. It can't just be
Right.
one.
I
one setting, and you think that that's going to balance everything out, EQ
Right.
everything.
That's what I don't. They always ask me, do I have a problem with AI? I'll be like, well, I can't have a problem with AI because the keyboards I had back in '95 was AI. It
Right.
was just another thing, meaning when I made people think that was a real piano and it was AI. When I made them think it was a real bass line and guitar, wah-wahs, and they like, what? I'm like, that's AI, but they just changed the name. So I don't have a problem with AI.
Okay, you're
because
getting
I'm
a
a
lot of
creator.
love from the Dallas, Texas area. Just letting you know, Dallas, Texas in the building. Jonathan
Oh,
Shaw,
man.
Angel Williams, everybody that's saying sending some love from Dallas, Texas. Let them know that
Shout out to Dallas.
everybody loves the backstory and the history, man.
Yeah, shout out to Dallas too. I love Dallas too. Y'all make sure when I'm be down there with Boss Talk hanging out. I love Dallas. Beautiful
Yeah.
people down there. I got a lot of family down there in Dallas too. Shout out to Dallas. I love, I love people. For real, I love people. Because we all, this is the facts. We all are important, and no matter what we do, jobs or whatever, we all important. We all God's children, and I really mean that. But I know I'm guilty of talking crazy to people and doing things, but really, we all want to feel special. We all want to feel important. We all want to feel successful. Success is not money. Success is the things that we set out to accomplish. Being a great mom, dad. There's so many things, but society says you got to have this, and if you're $1 million and this and that, and that's really not true. So that's what I be telling people, because people watch me and they be like, man, Don Juan, you pretty successful, you had, family, and you go through stuff, but then I be telling them, everything you ask for, it's the price to pay for it. And whatever you ask God for, it's like, what you gonna do with it? So I learned my gift a long time ago. I'm only here to be a service, to help people, not let people use me, but really I understand my purpose. And that's why I try to tell people, find your purpose. So that way you can be successful, because we all are talented. I wish I could build a house. And people like, you can, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, dudes can go in there and go get some wood and start building tonight, get the concrete, that type of building. I'm not saying I can't build a house, or like you were good with IT. I know people good with IT. I'm like, damn, they're like, you could do that. I'm like, man, no. Quit trying to do everything, get good at one thing. You can get different skills and know it. But if Big G is good at IT, get him and you'll learn. And that's what I know how to do. I know how to get with the right people and learn from them. And if people could get past that challenge of feeling like I know everything, that's one of my gifts that people know about me. If you really truly work with me, they be like, Don Juan, I'm a learner. I want to learn, and I'm disciplined. I don't mind, somebody telling me like, this how you do this. But most people act like they know. So if they can get past the challenge of acting like they know and just say, I don't know, and that's what a lot of artists go through. I want to do this, and they really don't know how the business go. And when I came into business, I just like, I don't know how it worked. And then they would teach me, this how this go. QD3, teach me this. And I'm still learning. I learned stuff from Big G. He like, Don Juan, this. And this how this work. Or Don Juan, Big G said, Don Juan, you could do a raffle. I ain't forgot. I'm like, wow, okay, I could do a raffle. Then he's like, you can get on Boss Talk. So then when I finally did it, he been telling me, but I wanted to make sure it was a story, Tech 9. So that's why I try to tell people, even if you know Big G and opportunities, don't just take the opportunity. As long as we're alive, set it up right. Have a situation, have your music ready, whatever you bring in, your movie or your script, whatever you presenting to somebody that can take it to the next level. So those challenges, and then the environment that we're in is another challenge. I tell people, try to change your environment. No, ain't no try. You have to change your environment for success. Meaning, like, if I'm around some dudes and they got guns all day and they energy's like, man, we're gonna go slide on somebody, which happens every day. in the rap, then it's gonna throw me off. And you see a lot of talent, people that are challenged to be successful because they can't get out their environment. And I know it was hard for me to get out my environment because it's a paradigm, but you got to just pray and work and just try. No, it's hard, and that's what people don't like to admit. It's really hard getting away from. Like, I grew up in an environment. My mom had me at 16, so I grew up in a violent environment, fighting, shooting, murders, just a whole lifestyle growing up. And I remember I used to just be like, oh my God, I can't wait to just get away from all this stuff. And some people don't make it out. But I had grandparents that prayed for me. I was going to church. I was doing anything to make sure they kept my head right. Juan, stay out of this, stay out of this. And we still get into stuff, but you gotta stay super focused. And when you see it, when Big G say, Don Juan, you slipping, you gotta let somebody around you be able to tell you, like, nah. But nowadays, don't nobody want to be told nothing. You can't, everybody knows something. Now, instead of asking Big G what to do, I go to Chat GPT. Once again, I don't have nothing wrong with AI. But everything's a balance. And so I think if artists really learned the business and be like, but Don Juan, I want to stay creative. You got to stop being creative, make your records, and you guys sit down and learn what your EIN is, how to get credit. And if they learn that part and said, okay, let me go sell some t-shirts without being profitable, because then if I sell some t-shirts, they're a walking billboard. See, this is stuff we knew in the 90s. Right. Now when I told 2 or 3 artists to go get some t-shirts, they arrogant because it's profitable, because they don't want nobody to feel like they not making it. But obviously you're not making it because you wouldn't be asking for help and you would need some money. So it's this trick that artists do that be like, I'm making it, I'm doing it. And really we can look and see, obviously you're not making it because you're not doing those shows, you're not doing this, but you're trying to trick us with what you're saying that, I'm getting money. But when it's time to do the business, you got all this money, you got the fly jewelry, you got the fly shoes, but now it's time to invest behind the scenes. You don't have no money. That's a challenge. We got to stop that and quit blaming, oh, Don Juan. No, I could not blame nobody for me making it and trying to get in the business. I think that's a big thing. Not no black, no color, no white. Artists in general, I talk to them all. They all cry and complain about this and that. And I'm like, you're in the music business. And like I tell rappers, 10,000 football players try to get in the NFL. Only a couple of hundred goes pro. This is the same with the rap. It's 10,000 rappers. Only a few are only going to go pro. I'm sorry. I know we hate to hear the truth. It's 10,000 football players. They're playing football. They on the team. Everybody doesn't get to go to the pros and get to play. Some still go to the pros and have to hit the bench, but that's okay. So I tell people, you got to get in the game. You got to get in the game with one record. If you don't got one major record, you're still just doing it not professional. But when you get one major record in the system, and that's when people start respecting you. They be like, well, why I gotta be like that, Don Juan? I don't know. That's just the way of the world. You gotta show and prove. Man, you got that, man. You heard Don Juan new record. Man, I like that nigga. Oh man, let's book him. You gotta get them going. So if they understood that challenge, to be like, no matter, it's gonna kill me, I gotta work. You gotta find that one record. 10, not 10. One, that's the challenge. They want to make 20 records. Give me one hit record. Not 10, not quantity. I need one quality. If they worked on that, then here's the process. I know I'm talking, but when they see this, they're gonna be like, he just gave me some game. The process is this. I get the record. Quit trying to go everywhere. You got the internet. No, you just cannot hit people with the internet. It's spamming now. But if you go out and be like, yo, I'm Don Juan. Check out my flyer. Check out this. Then they're going to be like, oh, okay. Here's my QR code. Scan it. They're like, you know what? Then they're going to put it in their pocket, and then the flyer right here, and then they're gonna go back and be like, you know what? Let me check him out. But then if they got a t-shirt, then they're gonna be like, man, this dude just gave me a t-shirt. And now what this is the trick they don't know. For every one person, they gonna tell 10 people, this how I go. People don't even realize it. What you do today? I went to the store. Oh man, who'd you run to? I ran to this dude named Don Juan or something trying to sell me a t-shirt. He just gave it to me. I kind of like it. Conversation. What you do today? Oh man, I had to go get me some soap today. Yeah, I'm playing this new song. I got this t-shirt. Who gave you that shit? Next thing, who you get that t-shirt from? I want one of those. I like that color. They don't know all this conversation is going on because they can't see it. They want to know everything. No, you're not going to see why it's bubbling. That's the trick. You got to just put it out there. You got to stay consistent. And then while you're working over here, then for some reason, there's some magic going over here where people are talking about it. And then you'll get a call like, hey, I want to buy a t-shirt. You like, dang. And when you get that first t-shirt sold, it's such a great feeling. And then another one sold. And now that $100 you put in, it turns to $200. And now you sold more. Now you perform. Now you don't try to perform for 100 people. Perform for 20 people. And then grow. But they want the big stage. So I start like that. I start small and then let it grow. And if artists can pass that challenge, and I'm done, they will make it. And then the next thing, last but not least, you got to believe. Like that song Pointer Sisters, you got to believe in something. Why not believe in me? You got to believe because people gonna doubt you. It's just part of the play. And you gotta have some thick skin because people gonna tell you can't make it. It's gonna be the closest person to you. Have I been through that? Yes, but I'm so strong-willed. So you got to use that fuel for people saying you can't make it to push you to you can do it. And if you can take that and not let them discourage you and not be defeated, because they real sneaky with it, they be like, yo, Don Juan, I seen that little video you did with Big G. Keyword little. Yo, I seen that. I see you doing your little thing. And if you can take it, they can make it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. How has technology changed the meaning of being successful, a successful musician? And if in fact it has at all?
It did.
Technology.
Okay. Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I was coming up, and they like, when was you coming up? 1988. I am 51. When I started getting popping in the hood, they did not ask, what kind of car is he driving? They did not ask, what does his house look like? They did not ask, how much money do he got? They just want to know you was dope. In my era, if you had money, if you had a dope car, if you had a girl, you had all these things. If you weren't talented, that shit didn't matter. This is facts. Now, technology, I'm getting there. Technology goes, you know what? It started with MySpace. First, you could see pictures and play the music. And that was good. And people were involved because you can engage with these people that were your fans. Then they figured out a way and say, you know what? We're going to separate it. I watched the play. Because if we can separate it, then these people ain't going to know these people. And technology is going to make these people have to act like this so we can get more money in the algorithm and get more sponsors. We're going to turn this ad money from regular TV to ads, slowly but surely. And we're going to create these apps. where they gotta show themselves and show pictures because everybody really think they the shit. So now they're gonna start competing with one another by showing off, and eventually in due time, they are gonna start fighting one another. They're gonna start going at each other, and that's what technology did. It gave people access to be something they're not. Without technology, this phone, you had to be who you was. And if you wasn't who you was, Big G was coming to see you. But now people can hide behind the internet. Look what the pictures is doing. If you get on Facebook right now, I can show about 20 homegirls that got an AI picture. And I'll be like, damn, baby, you could look like that. All you have to do is go get in the gym, go get some collagen, start eating right. But the AI is, and once again, it's nothing wrong. So technology is making everybody compete with one another. Before technology, it was just like, is he talented? What, you know what I mean? And then they wanted to help you get a house. Like, man, he's talented. Let me help him. Hey, Big G be like, hey, Don Juan, but I'm a millionaire over here, man. Little homie, little partner, let me show you how you can get it. Clean your credit up. I'll help you do this. Now it's more like you got to show and prove. And if you don't show that you got a car, live in a certain way, like now you get on the internet, you see so many women gyrating, and it ain't even appealing no more. It's like we used to have to go through Jet Magazine, King Magazine. Now, I mean, you used to have to go put in a porno tape with a VHS, even a DVD. Now it's just right there on Facebook. So that's what technology did. Bring attention to people that didn't need it. And now people getting attention that don't deserve it. And the true talented people, like, I ain't on the internet. I ain't getting on the internet. I ain't doing that. And that's where they messing up at. But the clowns is like, shit, I might get this. What's up? And that's what's messing. The talented is like, they too good. And the people that don't give a fuck, they like, shit, I'm about to clown. I'm going viral. I'm about to act the fool. And that's what then happened. So now the silly shit, the shit that we like, oh my God, clown shit, that has taken over. And that's the problem. And until the talented people start back, shout out to the creators. I'm just saying it's an overabundance of bullshit, world star hip hop, all this different shit. Girls going viral, gyrating, just so much bullshit than the good stuff. So we got to get the good creators to be like, okay, let's use the internet and let's flood it with good content. And shout out to the ones with the good content. That's my take on technology versus now and versus then and the change in it. That's the problem.
Okay, so is the music evolving? Do you think it's evolving at this point, or it's losing all of its originality? And of course, I got to give credit to these base questions to Miss Angel Williams. She's been shooting them at you. She wants to get the insight on it.
Angel,
yeah,
Angel.
Yeah. Straight out of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I think it's evolving because I'd be wrong for all the people that are making great music. I think it's just oversaturated with more bad music because the internet. Before, hear me out, you had to book studio time. That costs $50, $60 an hour.
Right.
Then you couldn't just go in there trying to figure it out. You had to have your record ready, what you gonna do.
Correct.
Right? Then you had to record it. You had to track it out. 12 tracks, kick, drum, bass line. That's 60 minutes. So you had to wait on that. Then you had to lay the vocals. Then you had to mix it. So right there, that's, and the mastering wasn't in there yet. So right there, you about 3.5, 4 hours. Then you had to get it pressed up. That took time. You had to go take real pictures. You had to do the internet. You know, you had to go take real pictures. Photographer. They used to, when you did artwork, you had Adobe, but they also had a program called Quark. And Quark was like $1,000. And you couldn't just do artwork easy because Adobe, and you had to have the top of the line computers and everybody couldn't afford it. So you had Adobe and all that. So that was expensive. So to get some good artwork, then that was $500. So it's more expensive. But once they came up with the phone, it made it easier for them, but it made it more lazier. Because I hear people be like, man, I can't get hot. I'm like, bro, a person like me who know how to grind without it, I'm a fool with this. That's why you was like, why you do me like that? Because I done got such a fool with this phone, and I'm older. I'm watching younger people don't even. I make beats on here. I show people my videos I did on here. I'm communicating on here to the point, like I said, I forgot I got this super dope MacBook laptop. Forgot. So technology, I think is good for all of us, but it handicaps some of us because it allows us not to reach our full potential for those that didn't start off without the internet.
Mhm.
Those that started off with the internet is tool because we're like, cool, we can do Microsoft, we can do this PDF, you know, you OG, we can do this. But the new ones, they don't know how to do nothing because I'm like, how faster can it get? You got the phone, you got the laptop, you can send a song over here, but now you don't want to take the time out to do the typing. You don't want to take. So that's what I think the problem is. You know what I mean? It's like technology is wonderful, but if you don't use it the right way, you're still a handicap. So I'll just look at all the artists I know, not people, regular people, but artists. They got an iPhone. They be like, when I need to get a video done and I ain't got no footage up, and I'm like, you got that over there with that brand new ass iPhone and you ain't put no footage up online. I'm talking about I have done this with 10 people. And then when I showed them what I did on my iPhone, they didn't believe it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They're not using what they got to get what they want.
Right. And there again, with that being said, that's when individuals like yourself, myself, and different individuals that are active participants in trying to assist independent artists into stepping into the right lane, doing it the right way. We have battles. We have, we head up with artists that of course they already know it all. So there again, I told you at the beginning of the year, I wasn't sitting there trying to convince anybody of a damn thing.
I know, and you know what I'm running into? So I figured out another way to catalog. So I'm sitting up, I got all this beats, all this music. So basically, I'm like, okay, the artist just got to be featured on this stuff because if I asked them to put an album out on them, I got to just do what Quincy Jones did.
Yeah.
Just put them on features, and then we go, like me and you can do, you can find an artist, and I could do the beat, and me and you both got relations with TVs and movies.
Right.
Me and you own that master, and now we done got that on a sync license for $5,000, and we got the artist $500.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. So I'm like, okay, instead of asking the artist like, hey, I want you to be the lead. No, just feature on this Don Juan record, the vocals, lyrics. I'm gonna give you your publishing, and then we're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because me trying to say, hey, I want to put you out. Hey, let's run you through Freeway Records. Hey, let's put a budget together. Hey, I got 10 beats. Okay, 10 beats. Well, Don Juan, how much you gonna charge me back? All right, let's do this all small level. I'm gonna charge you back $250 a beat, $2,500. Studio time costs $2,000, mixing and mastering. We already $4,000 in. Pictures, artwork, and some video footage. That's $1,000. You see what I'm saying? We already 5 bands in.
Yeah.
Right there, they still don't want to do no paperwork.
Right.
Big G.
Oh,
now
they doing paperwork. Yeah. Go ahead.
So
Keep
that's
going.
the problem we run into. So I said, okay,
right.
Instead of going to that, why don't I just pay you the feature, and you just the feature, and you still get the shine. So that's what
if that's the case, scratch the feature part of it. Just goddamn work for hire contract 1099 they have, and they don't get any of the publishing. You just hired them to sit there.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you why I'm being fair without giving them, because I do that too. But if you write some lyrics, I'm gonna give you your money off of it.
Okay,
I might own it,
but then that percentage has to be discussed. You're not getting
Right, yeah.
a
I'm
50%
gonna own
cut,
it, but I'm gonna give
you
you
only gonna
some.
get a
Yeah,
max of 5% off of that, off of 5% in terms
right.
of points. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And if that, you know what I'm saying? Because really, if you're looking at 100% of the pie, and the only thing that you bring to the table are some lyrics
vocals.
that may have been written for you. We're
Oh
just
well,
looking at
look.
a name. We're
Listen,
just
what I'm
looking at a
telling you.
name, image, likeness situation at that point, whereas you're using you as a part of your branding or marketing acumen, you know, or your name. You might have a good name, your image might look good, or your likeness. You see, but if in fact you come into the table, you run it through the label, and we're getting you locked in with sync licensing through something that we're doing, a project that we're doing, that we funded all the way through, and you're just coming in for 2-3 minutes to put down some vocals. Nah, man, you only getting at best 5 points on that record.
Man, you know my problem is when they didn't write or do nothing, you ain't getting nothing. I give you your fee. I'm grinding.
Correct. We pay you out, and that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
But
you
there
don't get
again,
no puppy, man. I ain't about to
nobody.
argue with you. I don't want to be in
That's
bed.
right.
I don't want to get married to you. I don't even
That's
want to
right.
get married to you. You didn't write nothing. No, you just
Yeah.
I agree
But
with.
you know, we deal with this a lot, and folks get it confused because then when they see the fangs come out from an individual like myself, because I try to keep it humble and I definitely keep it peaceable. But when we're talking about the business side of it and knowing what an artist think that they're supposed to receive, what they think they're supposed to receive, not what in fact is actually happening in the business space, right? That's where we have issues, and I have a hard time talking with individuals that don't know the business and what's going on in the business, because I'm not trying to fuck over you. I'm just trying to let you know that there's a lot of money that goes into what's happening that you don't even see, that you're not putting into, you're not actually participating in, and then you're looking for 100% of the pie.
I
That's
know,
crazy
man.
to me, Don Juan.
It's
That's
crazy,
crazy
ain't
to me.
it? That process. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I won't even get in bed because every time I talk to an artist, they expecting more, and I'm like, we ain't even reached that level yet.
Right.
Can we get to 1,000 followers on each one before you
Right.
like? Can I get on?
But
you know what I mean?
But let me say this. Let me say this, Don Juan, because people forget. And this isn't boasting, this isn't bragging. This is just, hey man, you've been in the business long enough. You get to know people, you get phone numbers, you make really good connections, and you have those lifelong relationships and not transactional relationships. You know, I could call a Don Juan. Don Juan, look, man, I need to do a promo run. I need you to call Sway, and we need to get, we're gonna be in New York. We need to make that connection. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I called you, hey man, I'm doing a comedy show down here in Meridian. I need you to call Eddie Griffin for me. You put Eddie Griffin on the phone for me. You know, so people, hey man, people forget that it's all about the relationships.
Right.
It's not about what you think you know in your fucking world. It's about the relationships that you form along the way and keeping those relationships viable and fruitful. And it only works one way. It only works one way. You know what that way is, Don Juan? Me not fucking you over.
That's just the bottom line. And not having a bad attitude.
True. But that comes with not fucking over people.
The attitude be so terrible. I'll be like, damn, bro. You act like I owe you something. I don't owe you nothing. So that's the problem I'm running. I think it's so sad because I'm like, it's not one artist. I remember when we was coming up, we at least would like trust enough to be like, okay, just shut up until it looked wrong. Now they have no sense of direction. I'm just like, damn.
But if you try to give them a sense of direction, you wrong. You automatically, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah, facts. And they don't think all of us talk like this behind the scenes. It's like us against them, and we know what we talking about. And we are like, yo, we down, just listen. It's crazy.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Just listen.
That's all it takes sometimes, man.
And then they be talking about they want to partner with me. I'm like, no, you don't, because I be like, I listen. Everything that I do, I see. The other thing, I've been trained since I was 4 years old. So I've been trained to listen and follow direction, even at 51. and you also got to know, you got to have a spirit of willingness, and you got to get rid of that spirit of take over. They used to say that in church. You got that takeover spirit. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that spirit of willingness and humility and being open and quit wanting to be the smartest. I don't want to be the smartest in the room. I want to be around other smart people. See, that's the other thing. You got people who want to be smart and they're not that smart and they don't know. Being smart is surrounding yourself with other great people. And if you got the confidence, then you can succeed. So that's my thing. I'm gonna surround myself around people like yourself that know what's going on, and then I'm gonna make logic of it, and then follow suit of what the goal and the task and the object. But it takes long. I'm a producer. I love producing talent, but I can't get that I can't even, because as soon as you, just like now when they be like, Don Juan, can you hook me up with so and so? I'm like, I can, but you can't even mess up my relationship. All it's gonna do, you gonna do something weird, and then they're gonna tell me, and then we're gonna cut you off. This is the story of my life. They be thinking, I can say call Big G, and they thinking like, yo, and then they say, well, Big G, I ain't really fucking with Don Juan. You like, well, what Don Juan do to you? Now Big G hit me, be like, hey, I don't know if that's your man, but they just was like, yeah, it's just fucked.
They do it to themselves. They do it to themselves.
Terrible. This is like something I don't even like talking about, because most people think I'm tripping when I talk like this. They like, nah, the artist is dropping. I'm like, nah, the business is a certain way. Y'all don't know that side. That's why y'all always crying. That's why y'all like them white people took the check, them Jews, this. They get no. It's a certain way. You got to move within the industry so you don't get killed, so you don't get caught up in the drugs. I see that happening. They don't be knowing, like, I know everything. It's drugs, it's sex, it's murder. And they made the new drill, they made all that music, the new rock and roll. Right. Now you gotta think music, rock and roll was all that devil and sex and all that. Now rap, you know, when you sing rock and roll, even with the rock and roll, when I look stuff in the 80s, them niggas that look gay, all tight clothes, makeup on. Now they just did it to the rappers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Don Juan, man, look, we've been going at it for an hour and a half.
Now I know when I talk to you on these next ones, get on my laptop.
Yeah, get on your laptop from the jump. But I just appreciate you jumping in with me, man, and giving some insight.
Because I've been so look what happened within the last month though. So you're gonna be like, oh, okay. My son moved back, Giuliano, talented, back at the house, right? I get him a car. He work at Pepsi. He doing this music thing too. But he moved back, so you know I'm building that father-son thing. He ended up he wrecked the car I got him, got another one, insurance. Oh my God, I had to deal with this whole insurance for like a couple of months, getting out all that, because you know they was trying to, I had to say he didn't stay here because he wouldn't stay here. Why was he in the car? You know, all that stuff. Got all that fixed. We don't owe nothing. Had insurance. That's what I
your son doing. Okay, that's the most important part.
That was exactly, he made it out alive, blessed. Right here up the street from my house. For the whole, I ain't even put it on Facebook yet or share it with nobody. I'm gonna share probably here a few to show people, like, people always going through some shit. Yeah, just how you handling it. So I've been, and then the next thing, I've been getting my mentality ready so I can go ahead and drop all this music I got, drop all these videos I got, and I'm about to get myself to the world as a musician. Because I'm super talented and just, you know, I can sing, there's so much I know how to do with this music. And
hold up, man. I didn't let you say a lot of shit on this damn internet, man. Wait a minute, bro. Hold up, man. Now you talking about you, the Barclays, you the stylistics, you the motherfucking David Ruffin of the crew. Man, come on, man. Stop, Don.
Look.
Stop, Don Juan.
Listen, man. Watch this, man.
Ain't nobody gonna sit there and let me, man. You just said you was Mr. Menage a Trois. You just said you was goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
Now that was the old me. That was the old. That ain't now.
I
that was
saying, but I'm just giving the history lesson.
Like, no, I've changed a lot. You hear me? That's that young music.
I'm just giving the history lesson of what we done walked through along this great journey over the last hour and a half, and you gonna close out with you, the motherfucking Bell Biv DeVoe of the crew.
Sing, man. I got
you, Bobby Brown.
Listen, man. Let me.
No, not Don Juan.
Listen, let me.
Yeah, get the lungs right. Yeah. I want to get. I want to. Get the lungs right. I want to get something like that.
Let me put something up real quick.
No, I've been working. No, I want to hear acoustic. I want to hear.
Yeah, I've been putting together more music, grown music with strings and singers and melodies and you know what I mean. Where people like, because people love hip hop.
Yeah,
but I think
they do.
You got to grow up.
But you made it out of hand. You sat there and said on live that you were a singer. You know what I'm saying? Rapping, okay, cool. Talented, graphic, but singer, you can sing. Hey, come on, man. Ain't nobody on this chat, and we got a bunch of people on this live. Ain't nobody on here talking about let him make it, G.
Look, I'm
we know he can sing. No, ain't nobody saying that. No, they cheating all. We want to hear this nigga sing. And big shout out to everybody that's joined us on the live. AKA Smitty, DJ Tracy's, Brand Songs, my lovely wife Chanel Smith, King Messi, Jay Shaw, Angel Williams, Earl Hempstead, and the crew. Let me see who else is on this thing with us, man, while we sitting here in the middle of just talking some shit. CEO, hey man, joined the live, man. You know, Boss Talk Podcast 101 to join the live. Big shout out to E, man. Mr. Shillingford, Strawn Shillingford, what's going on, man? Everybody, welcome to the party. And we've got somebody who has been holding up and justifying everything that he's been talking about up to far, but this singing shit.
Hear that?
This is what it feels like to be in heaven. This is what it feels like to be in heaven. This is what it feels like to be in heaven. Star baby, let's be friends. Light up the music as we count these E's. Rolling through Miami, let's ride that Benz. Dressed to impress, baby, we set trends. She my number one, but she still a 10. No games played, let the love begin. Real life fantasy, no pretend. Real life vanity, story revenge. Yeah, right there, you know I like to pop bottles. Sipping on some wine. Yeah, my lady, she a supermodel. We get along, she the perfect man. We out, she the perfect date. Tell them other grimy niggas, yeah, it's too late. Bend it up and backwards, tell them, baby, you straight. You know we got a vibe that you take. Anybody hate, yes, my you straight. Yeah, it's what it feels like to be in heaven. From that set from this, it's what it feels like to be in heaven. Bro, let it let fire.
It feels like to be in heaven.
I tell her all the time that I love her. I put the silly hoes up above her. We'll let my love burn all of her shirt. Yeah, she's my love Jones. I rap along back, sing a love song. We grown, now a song. My love strong. Out the country, we go from. We alone. Out of sight, out of mind, we're gone. We're gone.
Okay. All right, Don Juan. Press pause right quick, man. Press pause right quick, Don Juan.
That's that grown music, you know what I mean? Thanks for your listen.
Hold up, man. I mean, I feel you. I hear you did your damn thing in your Ja Rule sort of a way. I get it. But you wasn't singing, man. You was rap singing. That was kind of Drake-ish. You know what I mean? That's what Drake be doing. That's what Ja be doing.
Yeah. I got my singing on, man. I'll be so look.
Nah,
so what happens
good,
is,
man. When you dropping the record, it sounds good.
So if all my records I've ever produced, like Roger Troutman, Tech Nine, all the singers is real. That's in them records. Like what's the record? Suicide Letters. That's my wife singing on there, my ex-wife. A lot of records you hear me, I arrange the vocals and then I had the singers do it. But lately, like I put a singer on top of me. I do a lot of harmonies on records. Nah, I don't blow like Luther. That's what my kids and all them do, but I definitely can hold the notes. I arrange to sing the melodies. Sometimes I have the singers do it. So yeah, real producer. I can take a singer and make them sound like heaven. Any voice, I can take it and make it because I know how to take the frequencies and tell them to sing. Oh, I know harmonies, ABCs. So yeah, I love the music. Thanks for listening, guys. But yeah, we're gonna drop that. I'm gonna go to Miami.
I appreciate that. You slick did a listening party on us right quick, but I appreciate the music.
You can. That's why I like Big G. Big G always catch my slickness. He always tease me. He's like, I always slick. He like, boy. He said that on another phone call. He said that too. He said, boy, you slick. You be saying some slick shit real quick in there. You gotta catch it. But no, I love y'all, man. I'm glad you hit.
Man. I appreciate you coming on with me, man. But Don, I mean, when you gotta let me know when you're gonna drop the project. We gotta figure out how you're gonna work the Peace Project. You already know anything that's coming down the pipe. Let us know.
Yeah, exactly.
When can we expect
my project?
The Moan podcast.
Oh, the Moan podcast. I said I was gonna start on that now. So what I'm waiting on, I gotta buy like 15 new outfits. So I've been getting my whole new wardrobe together for that. So thinking like this is March. God bless May. That's what I'm shooting for, summertime.
Okay. So you're shooting for summer. You want everything to be right. Yeah. You know my motto, man. Put it in the chute and let that motherfucker fly.
Yeah. It can't never be perfect. But yeah, May. Right. That's my date to get it, to start the releasing it and start all my interviews with people and stuff. So I'm ready. I told E said y'all was gonna teach me and I'm learning. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get all the major interviews. You know what I'm saying? I got an interview I'm gonna send to you that I got with Big Gipp and the Goody Mob that I never released. Okay. Show them that you be like, look at my boy right here with y'all. Like this Don Juan right here with y'all. I seen you a little clip of the phone. So I got a lot of interviews, Eddie Griffith. So now I'm ready to go on and get the podcast on. So what you just told me today earlier, you get me hyped because I know you keep it 1,000. Like you're not gonna sugarcoat nothing. So when you was like, yo, I forgot when you was like, yo, when I heard you about your Moan pot, that's it. And E told me too. So I'm excited. Actually, I tell you something. So I had an internet radio station called The Boiling Point in 2009. It was real big. It was before anybody had an internet radio station. And I had it playing all day. And I had this podcast called Six Shots. And it was the first in the city. It was big. It was live. And I did it through Live 365. So a lot of people be telling people, like, the people in the city that know, they be like, this ain't Don Juan's first rodeo. Like, y'all forgot the nigga had the internet. Now my homies got 10.37 The Beat. They got internet stations, all professional. But I was the first in the city.
Yeah.
I did the radio show. And then I did the Boiling Point internet radio. Even when you told me with the Rick Ross, the time, that radio takes so much time. So I'm back in radio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with me doing a radio show, that's going to be on a major platform, and then the YouTube, and then a podcast. And then with me, I'm not worried about like trying to get no deals and get on with so-and-so. I'm gonna rock it out with y'all, learn from E and just rock it out, get them blessings from Sway. Everybody I know, get everybody on the podcast. Rick Ross, Sway, you know, everybody. I want everybody on it. And I got another thing I'm gonna do called the Producers Panel. And that podcast is gonna be more like what I get more in depth with the producers and artists and talk about the business. And then the Mowan podcast is just kind of a little bit of everything, the stars, you know, me talking, that freshness, you know, the look. And then a producer panel will be more detail about the music, have people from the industry, you know, educating people. And then I like to talk about the business like people like talking about football, as you see. Because if I didn't like talking about it, I wouldn't be on here with you this long. So I love talking about the music business and just how to figure out. I want to say to the people, start getting vinyl back. CDs is coming back. I know y'all don't believe it, but it is. You can look at the numbers. They're not lying. Go on Amazon. Look up CD player, tape players. They done manufactured a whole bunch. Streaming is about to go out real soon. So everybody get ready for CD players and get ready for the internet to go out. And they're gonna take Universal and them gonna take all the music off Spotify and all of them. And it's gonna force people to go back to CDs, and it's gonna take them, and it's back like in 1995, 85. It's back like that. But it's definitely
back. And that's why I'm big on building your own ecosystem, building your own brand, and making sure that you maintain your ownership. And if in fact you can do a direct to consumer, which is the best way to go, the way I'm looking at it, the way I sit there and strategically break down analytics and numbers to leverage yourself, to leverage your brand, to leverage your product and services, so that if in fact you want to take it to a major, you have something to bring to them that makes some sense. Not just coming with your hands out looking at, hey man, give me a shot because I'm the hottest thing in my city. No, that shit don't work.
That's over with, ain't it? But I got I got a new way for us to catalog and get the money. As long as I got the beats. See, if I get other producers, that's the catch. Hear what I'm telling you. Other producers will know them fees. Right now, I can go through my computer right now and give a beat out and ain't no fee, just the back end.
Yeah.
That's what made Motown and them great.
Right.
See where I'm going?
Right.
I was able to produce the product without that upfront cost.
Right.
And as long as we don't got then all the outside producers that want to come and work, like I be telling, like right now, you probably want a fee right now. So I just do the work until we get paying the fees out. We want to do all that, but people don't even know. Just promoting and marketing costs money.
That's right.
So let's get the product to even. They want you to get them the money and spend the money to market, and they own the product. You like, where they do that at?
Yeah, where they do that at? Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm gonna be the lead. I'm gonna set the trend for us. You hear me? The records is ready.
That's what's up.
I told you that. I said I'm gonna set the trend for the Freeway, the Misery, everything. I got all the artists, I got the music. I'm gonna do the radio show. Then I'm gonna license songs, pay people, and then we're gonna get a check cut for $100 million.
For sure. Well, look here, we're gonna close out on that. I love the sound of it, Don Juan. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna bring you back here soon.
Everybody tapping in, appreciate it for real.
Yes, indeed. And as always, beautiful people, y'all know with me, it's about health, wealth, and wellness. Shit, stay dangerous. What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G. And this is my personal invite to all of you to join me on Industry Talk on the Prime Time Network daily at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I get into great conversations with entrepreneurs, artists, industry leaders, you name it, we bring it to the table. So make sure you tap in with us, lock us in, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We stream on all major platforms. And be sure to visit us at gemsitpublishing.com. This is Industry Talk. Let's get into it.
motion.